As you can probably tell, English is not my first language. That's right, I was born and raised in France. I know you can't really hear it, but it's because I'm trying hard to suppress it. I've learned many languages in my life, namely English, Spanish, Italian, and Japanese, all with varying degrees of success. But still, there was one language that was still out of my reach for lack of exposure, lack of interest. As none of you may know, I'm of Cameroonian descent. My dad was born and raised in a little economic capital called Douala. I've taken on the journey of learning my great-grandma's native language as a means to go to my roots, to know where I come from so that I can know where I'm going, to eavesdrop on my family's conversations. So I figured, how did I learn so many languages in such a short time? I learned English with Nicki Minaj raps.
Wobble-dee wobbling, wobble, wobble-dee wobbling. So fat, all these dropping back. I'm your leader, phantom by the meter. Somebody point me to the best leader.
I learned Spanish with my unhealthy obsession with video games.
Look, I don't know why I said video games. I obviously meant telenovelas.
So I'm just gonna learn Douala with original songs in the language. And there are a ton of them. Of course, if you like this video and if you want to see more of my videos, be sure to leave a like and subscribe and turn on your notifications because I post videos every other Sunday. Now, let's learn!
Alright everybody, we are at the desk and I'm going to talk about the song that we're learning today. And I'm going to do a quick rundown on how I worked on the production because I wanted to do an original cover instead of just a karaoke type thing. So the song we're learning today is called Idiba, which there you go. It's called Idiba. I have the sheet here with the lyrics, and as you can see, I have the words and the translation in French. So Ndiba means the morning, and it's a song about basically the morning and how life is good. It's a really uplifting song. What else? It's a really uplifting song, and it talks about the end of the war and just joy in general in the country. So the version of the song that I'm learning right now is the original version, which was composed by Francis Bébé and later reprised by a famous Cameroonian composer and artist called Manu Dibango, who unfortunately passed away last year. But yeah, I decided to go with the original version because there's a lot of talking in the cover and I don't really feel comfortable talking the language, so I'd rather go and sing it because I feel like I can articulate better and I feel less embarrassed when I sing rather than when I talk. So now that we're going to look at the production that I made. Okay, we're gonna look at the production here. So this part, it's, as you can see, it's muted, so I'm not gonna use that. This was just so I can have a little lead on what I want the harmony to be, which I'm going to do the harmony later once I actually really know the words. Let's talk about the drums. So the drums, let's take a quick listen. This is a bossa nova drumline. It's very simple to make. It only has 3 instruments, but it's basically just the drum, so it's one instrument and you use 3 parts of the drum. And I used a classic drum instead of an electronic drum because I couldn't find the sounds that I wanted on the electronic drum presets that I have. So this is just the Brooklyn kit, and this is what it looks like. It's a Logic preset. I kind of want to rug like this for my room. Let's look at the piano roll. Okay. Here we go. As you can see, it's pretty easy to make. It's just the hi-hats, a stick, and the kick. For the drum patterns, I used a grid that I wrote down on my notebook just so that I can have it for future reference. You don't have to write it in a notebook. I just like it because I like writing in notebooks, and I just wanted to have a visual so that it would be easier for me to reproduce that pattern. One other thing about the drum is that there is another pattern right here. It's still bossa nova, but it's a different grid that I used, and this is what it sounds like. So for this one, I used the kick, hi-hat, and a tom. Next up, we have the steel drums that I wanted to add the steel drums for a more tropical feel, and I absolutely love steel drums. They're one of my favorite instruments because I grew up in the Caribbean, so it really reminds me of things, as one would say. Let's listen. It's pretty standard, really. I have a rule that some mistakes are meant to be made and are meant to be kept. There's a rogue note, but it fits. Hello? There you go. It fixed. It's fixed. So we have the Caribbean steel drums, the marimba. Now, my favorite thing to do I figured out how to do a Hawaiian sounding guitar, and I'm so excited. So what you have to do is, if you have a keyboard with a pitch bend joystick, you just use the pitch bend joystick, and it doesn't even have to go that far. You have to be really slow with it. So that's what I did, and I was finally able. It's just the guitar. Let's see. There's a pedal board because I didn't want the guitar to feel too dry. So let's see what the pedal board brings. On the pedal board, there's a compressor, whatever this is, and a chorus. Let's listen to this. It's really interesting. That's from the end of the song. Very standard bass, really. So yeah, at the end of the song you have this. My favorite thing about the track is definitely the guitars because it was something that I've been wanting to learn how to do for how many years I can't even tell you. But I finally know how to do it now, and expect to hear a lot from the steel guitar in the future because I'm going to overuse this. Yep. Okay, so that was a quick overview of the yeah. Okay, so that was a quick overview of the track, and now we're gonna learn the words with my dad. And we're in for a ride, so stay tuned. So this has been part 1 of my edema series. I've decided to go for a series because I have a lot of things that I want to show you, and I want to make sure that I get as in depth as I can. So this was the first part, which is the production. In my next part, I will show you how I learned the song with my dad. So be sure to stay tuned for that, and as always, if you like that video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to my channel because I post every other Sunday, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.